What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and welcome to week 3 of my weekly NFL pick show for the 2015-2016 NFL season. Well, the universe is rightly against me this week. Not only did I have a poor week picking week 2, but trying to film this week 3 video has been a goddamn nightmare. That's why I'm not wearing my sunglasses. That's why we're in a different location. It's a very rich tapestry. It's a great story. I might tell it to you sometime. In any case, we're moving beyond all that. We're going to tell you how we did in week 2. Hint, it wasn't great, before we get into week 3. So week 2, I only went 7-9 straight up. You never like having a sub 500 week so early in the season. Unfortunately, that's the reality that we have. 7-9 straight up, 18-14 overall, straight up so far on the season. My platinum, gold, silver, and bronze picks from last week did not survive the onslaught. I only went 1-3 in those games. The platinum pick I lost because Oakland somehow came back on Baltimore in the last minute. The gold pick I lost because New Orleans inexplicably lost to a Tampa Bay team that can barely play football. My silver pick I lost because I banked on the Tennessee Titans to have 2 consecutive really good games. The bronze pick is the only one that I managed to pull out of that trash heap. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the San Diego Chargers, as I told you that they would, so the bronze pick worked out, but I'm 0-2 on my platinum pick so far this year. My top pick of the week, I'm 0-2. That's rough. Because I was only 7-9 straight up, I was also a pretty abysmal 6-10 picking against the spread, which means I'm only 16-15-1 against the spread so far this season. My over-under, funny enough, actually went up a little bit. I broke even on the over-unders 8-8, which means I am 13-19 straight up picking over-unders this year. To be fair, I did pretty well on my CFL picks. Yes, they count. Shut up. Taking a look at the Bridgewater's Finest Pick'em Pool for Season 4, luckily everybody kind of had a rough week in Week 2, so I still sit in 11th place out of 47 managers, 149 out of 272 possible confidence points. That's only a clip of 55%, certainly not where you want to be, but when you hear the Week 2 results, you'll know why. Only pulled in 48 of 136 possible confidence points in week 2. That is only a clip of 35%. That is all world bad. Shout out to our week 2 winner, Aaron Silvey. Aaron Silvey actually broke even on week 2 at 8-8, an accomplishment in and of itself, with 64 out of 136 possible confidence points. That is only a clip of 46%, but it was good enough to win the week. So, as I said, everybody struggled in week 2. And shout out as well to Gio Knows, who was our co-overall leader at the end of week 1 and is now our undisputed overall leader. Gio is 20-12 picking straight up so far this year, 174 out of 272 possible confidence points. That is a clip of 64%. So shout out again to Aaron Silvey for winning week 2 and to Gio Knows for being our new overall leader. I'll take this opportunity, as I do every week, to remind you that if you go to the description of this video, you'll be able to find all of my against the spread and over-under picks for week 3. You'll be able to find all of my results there. You'll be able to find information on joining the Bridgewater's Finest Pick'em Pool for Season 4. You'll find the link to the NFL YouTube Prognosticators Facebook page, and you'll also find links to other high-quality NFL YouTube prognosticators. All right, folks, let's get into the week 3 picks now. Going to start with the platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. As always, we're going to start with the bronze pick where I am 2-0. My bronze pick sees the San Francisco 49ers travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals in a division matchup. This is a story of 2 very different teams. The Cardinals playing extremely well, looking like one of the best teams in the NFC. The 49ers, not so much. We didn't really have a lot of expectations for the 49ers coming into this season, though last week I did kind of expect them to put up a bit of a better fight against Pittsburgh without Le'Veon Bell, but D'Angelo Williams did his best Le'Veon Bell impression in that game and just ran all over the 49ers. I don't see any way that Arizona does not win this game. San Francisco, obviously not the same team that they have been in previous years. Arizona looks like they're firing on all cylinders. They got Larry Fitzgerald going last week. My bronze pick, I'm going to tell you to take Arizona to beat San Francisco in Arizona. But it's a divisional game, so that -6.5... My silver pick, where I am 1-1, sees another division matchup, which may be a bad idea. My silver pick sees the New Orleans Saints traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Now, Cam Newton went all super Cam last week with that great touchdown run. New Orleans, I don't know what's going on with New Orleans. Now, obviously, Drew Brees is dealing with some kind of injury, and this defense, which we kind of expected, like under Rob Ryan, was going to do something, it turns out is doing absolutely nothing. We know Sean Payton's a better coach than this. We know New Orleans has a better team than this, but they're not performing. So you know what? Might as well pick on them while you can. Going into Carolina, this is not a team that travels well. Carolina all day in this one. I like the Panthers, so I'm going to tell you for the silver pick to take Carolina to beat New Orleans in Carolina. My gold pick, where I am also 1-1 on the season, sees the lowly Chicago Bears traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Now, for the fact that this is a game with two teams that are 0-2 and really not playing particularly well, the line in this game is ridiculous. Seattle is favored by 14.5 points. In my opinion, I don't think they've earned that credibility. Like, the line in the New England-Jacksonville game, New England has earned the right to be 13.5-point favorites in that game. The Seahawks have not earned that with their play so far this year. Their games have been on the road. I get that. This is their first home game. It's going to be really exciting for them. It's going to be a boost. I don't see any reason that Seattle loses this game. That's why I'm taking them so highly. But that line of minus 14.5, in my opinion, I don't think they've earned that. But Seattle all day, I'm going to take Seattle for the gold pick to beat Chicago in Seattle. And my platinum pick, where, as I mentioned, I'm 0-2 this season. I said it last week, I'm going to say it again this week. God damn it, we're going to get this thing right. The New England Patriots hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is there anything else that I need to say about this game? New England all day, platinum pick. New England beats Jacksonville in New England. There's no way Jacksonville wins 2 games in a row, right? I've only got one question to ask you this week, but it's a bit of a big one, so it's going to take a little bit of time to ask and answer. I kind of alluded to it a little bit when we were talking about Seattle and Chicago, that they were 2 0-2 teams. Which team that is 0-2 right now is the most surprising to you? Which team who is 1-1 right now is the most surprising to you? And which team that is 2-0 right now is the most surprising to you? So we want to know the most surprising 0-2, 1-1, and 2-0 team. Tell me that in the comments section below. Now it's time to take a look at the rest of my straight up picks for week 3 in the NFL, and Lord willing, it'll be a better week than week 2. That's the week 3 show for you folks. Comments, hate, and love, you know where they go in the comments section below. And hopefully next week we're going to be back to some semblance of normalcy and the video won't be, as I said earlier, a goddamn nightmare to film. It's time for the comment of the week from the week 2 video, and the comment of the week this week comes from Poetic Kid Mikey, Mr. Poetic on YouTube. He's another one of the great progs. He's in the description to this video, his link to his channel. Again, I asked you last week who you thought Rookie of the Year might be. Mr. Poetic, he broke it down a little bit more. He talked about Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year, and weighed in a little bit on a couple of my picks. Mr. Poetic said, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Amari Cooper. I think we can all agree that the Raiders are not going to be playoff contenders. 100% agree, although they looked like it last week in beating Baltimore. But Amari is already the best receiver on that team. Agreed as well. And should be getting a lot of targets, so more receptions, yards, and hopefully touchdowns for Oakland fans. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'll go with Leonard Williams. Jets already have a great defense. They are looking fantastic so far this year. He's a good talent surrounded by other really good talent. A lot of people were saying they got a steal when the Redskins passed on him, and I agree. I'm sure the Redskins are also saying that they got a steal. Love the Saints pick, even with a -10 spread. I stayed away from some of those other games, but hope you do well. Good luck. Well, Mikey, I appreciate your well wishes, and thank you for the comment of the week for week 2. Unfortunately, none of us did well. We're going to close this sucker out with my CFL picks for week 14 in the CFL season. Again, I went 3-1 last week with my CFL picks, so that was good. I'm 5-3 so far on the season. CFL week 14, I like Calgary to go into Winnipeg and put up a W, hang an L on Winnipeg. I like Edmonton at home to beat BC. BC not a team that travels very well. I like Ottawa at home. 3 straight wins for Ottawa? You betcha. Ottawa at home to beat Toronto. And I like Montreal on the road to go into Saskatchewan, hang up a loss on the Rough Riders. That's the week 3 show for you, folks. Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. It was a weird week, a weird episode. Let's get back to some normalcy for week 3. It's in the books. See you in week 4.